What's up, people? Good afternoon. White t-shirt check. We straight. Come on in here. Kick it with the dribble. Good afternoon. So, brother, what up with you? Share this live stream, yo. Top of the top. Will.i.am is bugging. I understand his perspective. I'm gonna go into that. I gotta get on this elevator first. Did you see? Uh, did you listen to his whole little interview? What's up? Where you going?
Out. I'm over here trying to figure out it.
He said, what'd he say? I got you. Hold on. Bear with me. Alright. We're gonna get to it. Y'all share this joint. It's nice and cool in here. They there. I see. What up, people? How is everything? Black Thought is a real lyricist, and I ain't mad at Will.i.am's comment. He got credibility. All right, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in here. I had to go, initially, before I made my last video, I seen a meme and it had Will.i.am's quote, right? And I started watching the interview, but I didn't finish it. So I went back and I watched it because this topic is taking shape. Jamar, what's up? Sonny, with Benjamin, attorney Ben Crump was here yesterday. I'm pretty sure you know about that for the situation with Cello and shit. But listen, right? Will.i.am made a comparison between Jay-Z and Black Thought. And I get what he was saying now. Context helps. It helps to make sure you got all of the context before you rush to judgment. And context helped out a lot. I had to go and listen to everything he said from start to finish. And one of the most powerful things he said was, no matter how, and this is true, he said, no matter how many times you listen to Jay-Z, he's gonna be saying the same thing. And I was like, whoa. And that's kind of true. Through the course of his career, he said he spoke about getting money and hustling. It was always the same criteria. He just said it different ways. But the theme never changed. He was always rapping about the same things. Money, hustling, drugs, and money. You know what I'm saying? He said that was a powerful statement. Will.i.am, he always struck me as being intelligent. But he said that. He said, no matter how many times you listen to Jay-Z, he's going to be saying the same thing. I was like, whoa, that's heavy. That's a heavy statement, right? Boom. When you listen to somebody like Black Thought, almost every time you listen to him, it's going to be some new shit in there. Something new and clever. He's going to do something dazzling. his wordplay, his similes, his subject matter. Every time you hear him, he's gonna do something new to dazzle you. That is true. That is true. I could listen to Hove and I get a lot out of it. A lot of game, a lot of insight. But Black Thought, his name is Black Thought. What do you expect to come from somebody named Black Thought? You're going to expect to hear something very thought provoking. And he doesn't disappoint in that regard. So, in a nutshell, what Will.i.am was saying was Black Thought has more layers than Hove. And he also said that Black Thought never borrowed anybody else's rhymes. And I thought that was heavy. Even though people have said that Jay-Z has borrowed lines from people, flipped lines from people, it never took away from the overall song. The lines that he used, if he used one Biggie line, if he used one line from anybody, it never changed the song from being impressive. The song was still the shit. If you removed the line that he used from Biggie, the song will still be the shit, and that's the truth. That is the truth. Isaac Sharif, I don't have a problem with what Will said. He's just saying, like, Black Thought bars, you just gotta study more. Yeah, Black Thought shit can be viewed as being more intricate. And people who be talking about lyricism and shit like that, somebody like Black Thought could be a little bit more complex than Jay-Z, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, in the song You Got Me, he was talking about a chick, and he was like, he said he met a chick overseas on tour. She was studying film, focus, flash. She was studying film, photo, flash, focus, record. She said she loved my video and could she do the score or some shit like that? She saw my show in Paris at Elysee Memorial. And when I stepped off the stage, I took a piece of her heart. God damn. God damn. Do y'all see what I'm saying now? Jay-Z will dazzle you saying something, and it could be, I don't know. I don't want to say mundane. He could simplify it. Jay-Z could simplify it. You know what I'm saying? He said Black Thought is a motherfucker, bruh. He is. He is. If skill, soul, truth be told lyrically, I'd be Talib Kweli. That's a great line. And that, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Jay-Z was giving Talib great praise when he said that. But he also said something about me in common. I think he said we had more in common, but I haven't been rapping like Common since. Basically saying that slick shit, that intricate shit, it don't sell records. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Hove lyrically underrated in my opinion. Lyrically, Black Thought has more nutrients. Not to discredit Jay-Z, he has different styles, attract a different crowd. I agree with you. I listen to that Funk Master Flex freestyle once a month. It's impeccable. Black Thought is a true poet. Just because you don't understand him don't mean that he's nice. I actually do understand Black Thought, and I always did this. If I heard somebody say something, I would look it up. Half a Mil was my favorite rapper, and he often said shit that I didn't understand what he was saying. In one of his songs, he said, the he took over the L in you, right? And it sounds just like wordplay, right? He said something. He said something put a spell on you. The he took over the L in you. When he said the he took over the L in you, he's talking about man and his desires superseding the L. When he said L, he's talking about EL, as in the Moorish American title. And I think the EL stands for Elohim, possibly. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong and shit. But I would go and look up and see exactly what the fuck he was talking about and shit. And when you look it up and find out what he was talking about, it makes it that more dazzling. You know what I'm saying? Most Def, Black Thought. He should have said Black Thought is a trillion times better than Eminem. Eminem ain't the measuring stick. He didn't use Eminem. He used the God MC. No matter what, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I made a post about Jay-Z this morning, and I went into intricate detail on how he came in and he appeared to be just a little bit more advanced. When I started listening to him for the first time, I started listening to him summer '96. I didn't think much of him at first. The first song that I ever heard was Ain't No Nigga with Foxy Brown. I didn't think much of that. I thought it was like a novelty song. And then I got locked up and I started to listen to him more, hearing more and shit. And while I'm incarcerated, of course, I'm studying, I'm reading different things, I'm maturing. And some of the stuff that Jay-Z he was saying, it started to make sense to me. And then I looked at the big picture, right? When Jay-Z first popped up, I remember vividly that his album cover, Reasonable Doubt, it looked totally different than everybody else's that was out at the time. His image was totally different than everybody else that was out at the time. Niggas was wearing Columbia suits, polo, Helly Hansen jackets. You might have seen a little bit of starters in there. North Face, if it was wintertime. Jay-Z came out on Reasonable Doubt. He had a pinky ring, a fedora, a suit with a scarf around his neck. And it was something that, it was different than the times. And Biggie ultimately switched up his style of dress and started dressing like that on his next album. When Biggie came in, Life After Death, Reasonable, Ready to Die, he was talking about robbing and shit, give me the loot. He was talking about wearing a lumberjack and all of that type of shit. And then his next album, he turned to Francis M.H. White. But Jay-Z came in and he was just on another. I remember when I first started to see him on TV, he had a chain on and it didn't have a pendant on it. That was very, very odd at the time. It even looked strange for somebody to just have a rapper to have a chain on, just a chain. And it didn't have no pendant. It didn't have no charm hanging from it or nothing like that. And I remember saying to myself, it just looked strange. I'm like, damn, why ain't got no charm? Come to find out, you know, as years go by, it was a platinum chain or it was a diamond chain. There was no reason to have nothing hanging from it. And nobody was doing this at the time. He just looked different. He just dressed it different. He used to be talking about wearing linen. In my eyes at the time, linen was something that older gentlemen wore in the summertime. I didn't know that was some baller shit. I didn't know that was some baller shit. It is. He was rapping about gators. Wasn't nobody talking about gators and shit like that. And I say all of this to say that he was just on another level in his presentation. Jay-Z and Black Thought, same caliber MC. The subject matter is the separation, and we gravitating toward the street hustler more than the intellectual. Incredible, incredible comment. I appreciate that, and I agree with you. The first L is the electron. The second L is electric. The third L is element. Alibaba, I appreciate you coming through here teaching. AZ, Nas, Half Mill, Nature, Prodigy, true reflections of authentic hip hop lyricism. Time passed. We back in Philly. Now she up in my spot telling me the things I'm telling her is making her hot. Started building with her constantly around the clock. Now she in my world like hip hop. That's another Black Thought line right there. Pardon me. Pardon me. I feel like Cuban Links got all them niggas right. Reasonable Doubt came out after. Biggie heard Cuban Links had changed his life. It was written a different album as well. Jay was the first rapping about keeping factory rims on your luxury cars. Jay been talking about building wealth, getting to the bag, and black excellence before. It was, I don't respect Jay Penn only because he borrowed from so many artists. Then he stole young Chris Flow at one point. To have some nerve not to commend his mentor, Jazzo. Jay-Z didn't steal nothing from Chris, man. I don't know why y'all keep saying that shit. If Jay-Z stole something from Chris and became successful with it, why didn't Chris use this same element to attain some sort of success? If you talk to attain some sort of success, if you talking about that whisper shit, if you talking about that whisper, nigga, what? And all of that type of shit, okay. But stop it. Ain't nothing wrong if he thinks Black Thought is better than Jay. People from the South say Andre 3000 better than Jay, and that's bullshit. I've encountered people that just said that they didn't like him altogether, and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. I totally didn't understand it. I was going to tell this story this morning, right? When I was doing my time in the penitentiary, they had these big yellow boom boxes that you could order. They had these boom boxes. They was like this big and shit. And you can borrow tapes from the library. They had all of the hip hop tapes in the library. And in the yard, everybody got their own picnic table. Philly guys got a picnic table where they be at. And next to them is the Erie table. And the next to us is the Pittsburgh table. And niggas be sitting at them tables, playing cards, playing chess, rolling up, whatever, doing what they do. Anyway, the Pittsburgh table was next to us. And guys in jail love Tupac. They love Tupac like a motherfucker. And if the guys from Pittsburgh had their boombox out, they was more than likely playing Sibo, Spice One, or Tupac. This particular morning, I believe they was playing Tupac. The table that I was at was playing Jay-Z. Somehow, the comparison between Jay-Z and Pac came up. I think maybe they was playing Against All Odds, and he dissed Jay-Z and Nas and all of them guys. Whatever the case, the Pittsburgh niggas, they supported that shit, right? So we talking about Jay-Z and Tupac. And they wasn't with it at all. They didn't fuck with Jay-Z. Maybe a few of them liked the Jay-Z, but the Pittsburgh niggas, they didn't like Hov all like that. And one of them, I can't remember his name. It's been a long time. He kept saying, all the nigga talk about is money. All he talk about is money, right? And I'm saying to myself, I was like, I couldn't get it. I couldn't understand his frame of mind. And ultimately it hit me like this. They got rappers that fit classes of people. And I noticed this over a period of time. Niggas that was getting money, touching money, dressing fly and shit like that, rocking diamonds, was into Jay-Z, like the Jay-Z. Niggas that was like broke and shit like that, or niggas that was like aggressive. They liked the DMX. Niggas that didn't have much, they liked the Tupac. That's just what it is. That's what it was. So different subject matter will attract a different type of fan base. Isaac Sharif, I appreciate your super chat. The rhymes I didn't catch when I was younger, I understand them now by Black Thought. Some of Jay-Z's singles are not aging well, in my opinion. We got somebody in here said that DMX was better than Jay-Z. DMX was definitely not better than Jay-Z. I don't think he was better than Jay-Z. He did have a better 2-year run than Jay-Z. And that's because DMX's music was felt. You felt that. I'm a robbing still with you. Dog, nigga, what? Ride till we die. Them type of joints would hit you and touch you and shit like that. Not only that, DMX had a single called Get At Me Dog that just was totally different at the time. It just... So that first album, Is Dark and Hell Is Hot, that was out of here. It was out of here, for real. Jay-Z was definitely an acquired taste. Broke niggas like struggle rap. We can leave Black Thought prowess at the Funk Flex freestyle. Jay-Z is a god MC who came up under Jay-Z, Jazzo, and Kane. Enter Dame Dash, who knew in order to blow he had to create opulence. Daryl Javon, I appreciate your super chat. Reasonable Doubt is still the best debut album in rap history. If only Big L was alive, Jay-Z wouldn't be a major factor. Big L can't fuck with Jay-Z. Big L couldn't fuck with Jay-Z. Big L couldn't fuck with Jay-Z, man. Like, there's certain people that just... Big L was nice. And I believe he was respected at the time. He was around at the time. But Big L was going to get signed to Rockefeller. Big L was going to get... Big L, in order for Big L to thrive, he was going to have to be down with somebody like Jay-Z. He wasn't able to get on his own, or he didn't have a situation on his own. He didn't. DMX was way better than Jay-Z. Tupac was way better than Jay-Z. I'm not in here to, argue or debate anybody's personal opinion. I do understand what Will.i.am said. It was powerful. He said, no matter how many times you listen to Jay-Z, he's going to be saying the same thing. And I believe that's the truth. But he said it on songs. He said, the dope boys love me when I talk like this. He said, the corporate niggas, he said, the corporate niggas don't like when I talk like this, but the dope boys be like, nah, Hov, talk that shit. And he said the dope boys go crazy when they hear your boy Jay-Z. So, I mean, it's an acquired taste. Everybody wasn't a hustler all like that. But we do like to hear him talk that shit. And I've said this on prior live streams. I don't like my rapper to change much of his mixture. I don't. I would like my MCs to stay the same. I do. I would be disturbed if Ghostface changed something about his chemistry. And he doesn't. His new joint, Rap Kingpin, what'd he say on there? We bringing 1988 back. That's what I like. That's what I like. I like that shit. L was on Columbia prior to Jay putting out his first album. He was on Columbia getting no motion. Listen to the words DMX rap for broke niggas and poor niggas. Niggas who get money love Jay-Z or think they are more than what they are. Big L battled Jay-Z and lost. Jay came with 100 bands. Big L was only good in the underground. I think I agree with that. Do you realize Big L Ebonics came out in like 92? I wasn't aware of that. Nobody's selling dope anymore, Jay-Z's time has passed. We still selling dope. We still selling dope. Look, my office is filled with this dope all through my office. Look. It's vinyl. Noah the Flood. John Jiggs. We still got dope. You gotta pay attention to the wordplay. And you know what? Jay-Z was speaking about changing the commodity and shit. We corporate now and shit. We corporate now. We still selling dope. We just we not on corners anymore. We on MacBooks. You see? We on MacBooks. We in offices and shit. We ain't in trap houses. These are the digital trap houses. And we operate by way of what they call digital real estate. So, to refute what you just said, we still got dope. We do. Yeah, audio dope, visual dope. We selling clothes. You see what they say? Respect the dribble. We still got it. We still got it. We do. Big L was okay for that era. One universal rapper with a quarter space flow that you can't dissect. Just opinion. Is Big Pun and homie Puerto Rican? You fucked that up, Dwight. AZ is better than Jay-Z. He be talking that shit for real, for real. It's all subjective. I would never try to talk somebody down on their taste. But the Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z catches more strays than anybody. I wonder how he feel in real life. Like everybody that come out, I get compared to them, or they, the measuring stick of a good MC is saying that they're better than Jay-Z. He probably don't care. I disagree with you. If Jay-Z really had love for hip-hop, he would drop right after Ghostface this month. Why? Why? I thought he was a chief executive officer or some shit. I don't think he got the drop. He just signed Conway to Rock Nation. They gonna drop. He gonna drop. Jay is always a topic. It was Pac first. Now it's moving towards Jay-Z. He's a legit billionaire. Nah, I gotta see that Albee Square joint. Did y'all get a chance to see the Will.i.am interview for yourself? Anybody here? Did y'all get a chance to see it? It made sense. Will.i.am is intelligent. He is. Jadakiss said something about you shouldn't be speaking on our culture. Like Will.i.am ain't black. The Black Eyed Peas, before they became rappers, I believe them niggas was break dancers and shit like that. For him to make a statement like that, that was totally ignorant. That was totally ignorant, like this man can't have an opinion. Totally ignorant. That was totally ignorant. For real. How long is the interview? I think it might be like an hour and some change and shit, but he speak about the I don't even know what prompted him to compare Black Thought to Jay-Z, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this much, right? I seen some people in my comments on Instagram say, Black Thought, nah, I think Zip said it. Shout out to Zip with the drip. I think Zip said that Black Thought don't even think he better than Jay-Z. I'm almost certain Zip said that. I promise you Black Thought feel he better than Jay-Z. I promise you. Yeah. Jada's hanging around Joe too much. Will can dance, but he always been an MC. Dude said 1,000,000,000 times better than Hove. That was ridiculous. I think he was just using he was trying to stress how much he felt Black Thought was better. But there's people who believe that. There's people who believe that. There's people who will tell you that MF Doom and them niggas who's these niggas that got cult followings. People will tell you that MF Doom better than all these niggas. There's people that'll tell you that Rock Marcy is better than all these niggas. People got their little opinions and shit like that. Motherfuckers be saying that Eminem is better than everybody. We know that ain't the truth. Some people say Jim is better than Nas. Papoose is nicer than Jay. When you say Papoose is nicer than Jay, what do you mean? You don't think Jay-Z can make a rap with the alphabet? You don't think Jay-Z can do that? Is that what you basing Papooses prowess? Is that what you basing it upon? Jay-Z is nice, but Sean Price is the best. Will.i.am didn't give credit to the categorical skill of rap. Lyrically, Black Thought may have some comp, but as a total rapper, image, stage presence, overall career, Black ain't a thought. You don't think Black Thought is fly? You don't think Black Thought image is together? I thought Black Thought I always liked it as fresh game and shit. No jewelry. You might see him in some Wallaby Clark, some moccasins and some shit. Good denim, sweaters. Always got a mean shape up, frames. Wear the crochet, the PA knit style shit. He said Papoose is probably nicer than Jazz in being a friendlier nigga. Black Thought is a better lyricist. Jay is a better artist and businessman. Salute from Alaska. Thank you. Sean Price has a cult following too. Jay-Z is a government-sponsored MC. He can rap, but his talent is overinflated because he's government-sponsored. Jay-Z is from the projects, man. Jay-Z is from the projects, man. Can't take away from the shit that he said, man. I think that was the problem the whole time. Some of the shit that he was saying, it applied directly to drug traffickers. It did. It did. It 100% applied directly to niggas that was going to out of town to sell drugs and shit like that. Everybody didn't get it. They didn't. Jay got better and better at every album. Cool G Rap birthed the majority of these MCs. Cool G Rap and Scarface was some of the guys that was dropping the hustler rap, the hustler style content, right? Jay-Z came along and he said it a little bit more elegant. He did. Name one verse or quotable Black Thought said that's fucking with any verse on Reasonable Doubt. Man, I can't sit here and recite Black Thought's lyrics on here. I don't want to look stupid because his wordplay is so slick and intricate. It's not as simplistic as everybody else's, but Black Thought got some shit. Don't trust me. Listen, right? He was mentioned in the discussion with Jay-Z because he's a worthy opponent. He's no walk in the park. His name was mentioned because he's like that. For real. Black Thought is nice as fuck. Hove, for a reason. His older albums, mixtape, guest appearances run. He was spitting. It's crazy creative. Razcast versus Black Thought. Razcast a bad motherfucker, yo. Razcast a bad motherfucker. That's a nice comparison right there. They both dynamic. Razcast, if you listen to Soul on Ice and all that shit, it'll just blow you away. Razcast in his prime, yes, but now no. When he got to talking about what came first, the chicken or the egg, the armor leg, a leg, an armor head, that shit was before his time. It was. Black Thought and Pharaoh Monch is a more fitting comparison. Name 2 Black Thought albums or songs. You could name, I don't know if Black Thought had solo joints, but he got classic albums with his group, The Roots. He wasn't the only one rapping on there, though. Like, you would hear Dice Raw, you would hear Malik B, you might hear Bahamadia on some of them joints. Beanie Siegel was on I think it was called Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart. Their debut was called What the Album. We in tune with one of his songs I like is called Adrenaline. Coming to Break You Off is one. You Got Me with Erykah Badu. They got hits, man. The Roots got hits. Will.i.am is a hip-hop head, bottom line, from East Los Angeles. He started a great conversation. Concerto of the Desperado, that was a Roots joint. That was on their first album, I believe. Jay has too many styles and flows. Black Thought is like a Jadakiss. They can rap, but one-dimensional. I heard Jadakiss on a song with Jewels, and Jewels made Jada sound mid. Hove can out-bar Thought. Black Thought or Razcast is not fucking with Fonte bar for bar. Wasn't Jay-Z on half of Jay Electronica's first album? They thought it was doing something. The Roots songs have more replay. It was on Philadelphia Half-Life. Okay. Been a Roots fan since Organics, and that dropped in 92. Jay is elite, so is Black Thought. Just about. Freddie Gibbs is the best of the new rappers. Y'all better go listen to The Nature of the Threat by Razcast. Nobody is bumping the Roots at the cookout. You bugging. The Roots got soulful music like a motherfucker. You bugging. He said nobody's bumping the Roots. You crazy? Man, the Roots is official like a motherfucker. I don't know where you from. I don't know what made you say that, but their music, you tripping. What they do. What they do. That's when you know what? That song, What They Do, they was kind of like talking about the rappers like Jay-Z who be popping the bottles and all that shit. I forgot about that joint. That joint's fire. The video's fire too. Cali not bumping that shit. What part of Cali you from, fam? What part of Cali you from? He said, What They Do video sealed it. They was taking shots at guys like Jay-Z. They was. What part of Cali you from, fam? The cookout is the best place for the Roots music. We ain't slapping the Roots in 2025. You bugging, man. Timeless music is timeless music. For you to say that the Roots don't have timeless music, you exaggerating. Cali, I'm from South Central, and I just played the Roots. What do you listen to in South Central? My man said I'm in San Diego. What are y'all listening to in South Central right now? I'm curious. Jay-Z raps changed the culture from dress clubs to corporate office. They don't know good, pure hip hop. South Central listens to Sugar Free the Dog Pound and oldies. And our radio station is whack. And Watts, I listen to Wu Nas, Kush Jafari every day, but I was raised out on the East. You ain't getting no baddies bumping the Roots. You bugging, fam. I read that Questlove said Jay told him nobody wants to do a song with Black Thought because nobody wants to get bodied on their own song. I believe that. What's the count on the trifecta? 60 is a 30-day supply. You take 2 a day. 2 is 1 dosage. Why you let, hold on, dude, chump you, bro. You said I'm not fighting you and you jump in the car. I didn't jump in the car. I backed up. I had a business on that corner. I wanted to see what was going on. Why I didn't fight him? I didn't want him to beat me up. If he'd have beat me up, I'd have shot him. I done shot a nigga before and shit. It's expensive to fight them cases in court. It didn't make no sense for him to be top story on the news about beating me up. I had to get here. I had a final destination. I knew that I was gonna be on the 8th floor in a professional building one day. So you gotta learn to make the proper decisions and shit. He said, I respect that. That wasn't no joke, that's the truth. Didn't Beanie body adrenaline? He did. I shall proceed and continue to rock the mic. Michael Lewis said, great response. That's the truth. I don't take any ass whoopings, man. I don't. It's not a god. That's not a good idea. You don't want to jump on a guy like me. You don't. Speaking of Jadakiss, Beanie won that battle with Kiss. People try to act like Kiss is the high exalted. Beanie won that battle. Siegel served my nigga Kiss. I love Kiss, but Styles always been better than me. Beans did win that. He said you took a loss that day, manhood wise. Nobody ever could challenge my manhood. It's called thinking for your opponent. I was already the better man. I told you he was standing outside of business that I ran and shit. I'm a boss, man. I'm on a whole different level than I have to explain this shit to niggas all the time and shit. The best verses in hip-hop albums are coming from the legends right now. Correct. Correct. I interviewed Mr. Ill. Asked Jay to be top 5. Where's Beanie on the list? It's a good point. It is. What Jadakiss say about you talk too much, man. You got to go, man. Holla at you. Primo and Rock Marcy dropped. They said Beans had help writing that verse. I think Oskino said that. I don't know. Jadakiss acted as if Will.i.am's opinion was gonna put Jay and Black Thought against each other. Those two dudes are in their 50s. They wouldn't beef with each other over somebody's opinion. I agree. Just because you sell more records don't make you better. Correct. Raekwon's new album is nice. Make sure you go check out the video I did about Ray and Ghostface's new projects, as well as Lil Murda Official from Philadelphia. I keep that hip hop shit on here, man. When does PILLMATIC 3 drop? I sent y'all, Zip with the Drip dropped a snippet of his appearance on PILLMATIC 3 on his YouTube channel. I think it was yesterday. We gave y'all a snippet, little sneak peek. Sometime in September though, next month. Jada no thought is a better MC than Hov. Jada wasn't trying to blow the spot up. They both his homies. Ghostface is supposed to drop this month. Shout out to them guys in Staten Island. They just shot the video for Rap Kingpin and Stapleton the other day. Shit should be out any day now. I gotta return a few emails. I just wanted to get in here and chat with y'all about the whole Will.i.am thing. I thought he made great points. I think some people blew out of context exactly what it was he said, but Jay-Z been in the rap game since '89 and still relevant. That says a lot. Daryl, I appreciate your super chat. I heard of the Leimert Park scene, Fat Beats on Melrose and various other spaces out here in LA. They got a nice underground hip-hop community in LA. They be on it too, lyricists. Jalil Aziz, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. You heard about Travis Hunter girl in a mental facility? Is that true? Joseph Crittenden, I don't know, I'm not sure. Frank, what up? I used to go to Fat Beats in LA all the time. Jay couldn't do that Black Thought Funk Flex freestyle at this point in his career. I don't think Black Thought's, Jay-Z has always, I don't know, boasted about not writing his raps down. I know for a fact Black Thought uses a pen and pad because it shows. It does. They both master wordsmiths. They got in their feelings. This hip hop. I bet Jay smiled like, all right, believe Jay-Z would drop another album. This is something that needs to be said, right? Sometimes rappers think that their opinions on the art form supersedes everybody else's opinion, like everybody else don't got good input. For him to say that, he told Will.i.am, you shouldn't be commenting on my culture or our culture or some shit. Like, Will.i.am ain't black. That was crazy as hell. And like, Will.i.am ain't like, he rap, like they just got a, I don't know, a secular style of audio. They make secular music. They got a different following. People that like alternative. That's the word I'm looking for. They make alternative rap music. I'm pretty sure that Will.i.am and the Black Eyed Peas didn't play venues that's probably like 3 times the size of the venues that the Locks play and shit. Black Eyed Peas probably got more of a universal appeal, whereas the Locks is, no matter how much success they achieve, they're underground group. They is Northeast region. He put the Black Eyed Peas together to make money. Kwasi, get to the gym and get them shoulders. Black Thought and Jay-Z serve 2 different purposes. It's all about your perception of what you're into. Alchemist said him and Will.i.am were tight before they both got on. Will was a regular underground MC initially. I'm a J fan. Black Thought is nicer. The Black Eyed Peas started out at B-Boys before the white girl. Yeah, they was breakdancers. So for him to say that he can't comment or say anything on his culture, that's crazy. B-boying is a part of the culture. Like, that don't make no sense. If you can find his original solo albums, they are proof. I'm glad you said this, Gully TV. I haven't bumped the Black Eyed Peas in years, but we'll be getting bread doing fly shit and he make beats. But Will getting bread and doing fly shit, he make big beats. Okay. Will was signed to Ruthless Records through Eazy-E. Heavy. I'm ruthless like Will before the Black Eyed Peas. I don't think Jadakiss know all of this. The shit that he said, the way he said it was almost like disrespectful. How the Jay-Z albums aged. I like the old ones the best. I like the old ones the best. That verse where you say 7 straight summers, critics might not admit it. That 7-year run, that would be those Blueprints, the Dynasty album. I can't remember the name of all of them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The Blueprint 2, Dynasty. The Black Album was the best Jay-Z joint. Hovey Baby verse was cold. Kiss is stuck in a New York box. You be having a lot of people that be stuck in a box like that, or they be on their own city dick and shit like that. What do you think about Dame Dash? Dame said when he get his teeth fixed, he getting his lick back. Dave said when he get his teeth fixed, he getting his lick back. He said he had 5 implants and they broke and his gums had to heal or some shit. What he said, it made sense to me. I mean, the problem wasn't having problems with your teeth. It was your fucking shit flew out on camera. That was the first problem. That was going to be funny to people no matter what. Your teeth flew out on camera on the live stream. That was going to be, you was going to be laughed at and ridiculed for that forever. If that would have happened in real life, and we was just sitting around in the room together, a few of us in this chat, and a motherfucker teeth flew out while he was talking, niggas gonna laugh. He said when he get his shit fixed, he said, everybody that's getting their shit off, go ahead and get it off. Because I'm gonna get my get back when I get my shit fixed. So we waiting on him to get right. MC Shan suggested a remedy. And Shan need fronts too. Will was on the stage at the Roxy at 13 in a freestyle contest. Bligger B did an event, we snuck him. Bigger was my manager at the time. I appreciate y'all for coming through. He said Dame got a Timu dentist. He said that because of his diabetes, his gum line or the bones in his teeth, it'd be healing funny or some shit. He had an explanation about it on Art of Dialogue. I mean, it became funny because he put it out there. If his teeth didn't fly out, nobody would be talking about it. They should have been taking care of their teeth when they was young. American Gangster was the shit. I appreciate y'all for coming through this afternoon. Make sure y'all go look at my previous video, and I spoke about how Black Thought is qualified to be in that conversation with Jay-Z. He is. Everybody don't listen to Thought, but I do. I fuck with him. South side of Chicago, Herman Williams, what up? Dave should just focus on his health and stay off camera. I gotta address this real quick, right? It was a guy in my comments this morning, and he said something about, he was from Bronx River, and nobody gives a fuck where you from, yo. Nobody cares about where you from. That shit don't mean nothing. Niggas is niggas. Niggas is niggas. Seriously. It don't matter where the fuck you from. It don't make you no more important, no more prolific. Knowledge and information makes you more important and more prolific. Nobody give a fuck about what housing project you from. Niggas be boasting about poverty and shit like that. Black people the only ones that do that shit. Motherfucker think they better than you because they grew up with roaches and rats and shit like that. That ain't nothing to brag about. Motherfuckers be like, I'm from the trenches. You talking about poverty. You just say what you basically saying that you were poor. You were more destitute. You had more government cheese in your crib. Y'all was heating the stove with the oven. That makes you a liver nigga, huh? Cause your peoples was fucked up. Excuse me. That makes you liver, huh? Cause your peoples was fucked up. Niggas like, yeah, you ain't from here, nigga. I'm from the trenches. So fucking what, man? It's not my fault. Blame your motherfucking parents that you from the trenches. Everybody that you from the trenches. That mean you ain't get no Transformers growing up, huh? Is that what you mean when you say you from the trenches? You didn't have no G.I. Joe collection? You didn't have no basketball cards? Is that what you said? You didn't have a Nintendo? Niggas be bragging about that shit. If you didn't have these things that I mentioned, if you didn't have no G.I. Joes, you ain't had no Transformers, no He-Man action figures, if you wasn't playing Double Dribble, NBA Jam, Tecmo Bowl, sucks to be you, pal. Yo, sucks to be you, man. Hey, yo, shout out to everybody that was in the trenches, man. That was a dark place. It was a very fucking dark place. Yeah, you niggas wasn't playing Bird versus Jordan and shit like that. You don't know the code to Contra, nigga? Yo, niggas kill me with that shit, man. I'm from the trenches. Sucks to be you, my nigga. The fuck? Yeah, you niggas didn't have no remote control cars, no racetracks and shit like that. We was trying to have everything that Ricky Schroeder had on silver spoons and shit. You know what I mean? We was after silver spoons. Y'all had them black spoons. Also bragging about going to jail. Yeah, motherfuckers be bragging about getting locked up and shit. All the people from the trenches aren't struggling, just a heads up. The niggas that brag about it, they was struggling. They was. The niggas that boast about it, they was struggling. They was fucked up. They think that shit make them harder than the next nigga or more masculine than the next nigga. People running in and out your spot, moms laying up with different dudes. Like niggas be having a poverty competition. Yeah, that's the truth. Nigga told me I'm from Bronx River. So you from the same place as Africa Bambaataa and Hassan Campbell. You from the scene of the crime where Hassan Campbell was getting piped. That's where you from? It's a bad scene over there. It's a bad scene over there, man. You shouldn't be telling people that. Y'all had rapper child molesters over there and shit. It's bad, pimp. Yeah. He said get 99 lives on Mario felt like a box. He said Gully ain't lying. Never thought about that. My parents got me all of that. Yeah. I gotta get off of here, man. It's been an hour. I appreciate y'all coming through. Super chatters, I appreciate everything that you brought to the table. Some of them was telling straight lies and had good parents. You can't help how your area is. You just have to adjust and move away. Nothing to laugh about, though, in your god body. That's a shame. Man, suck my dick, my nigga. Do god bodies talk like that? Eat a dick. You don't like something I said? Eat a dick. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It was decisions that your parents made and shit. You know what I mean? I just told you we gonna laugh around this motherfucker. Didn't you see me make a video about Dame Dash fronts? If there's anything funny in here, we gonna laugh. This is not the place for you. If you soft, you know what I mean, you delicate and shit like that, don't come here. This ain't the place that you wanna be. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you fucked up, you know my philosophy. Get yourself a ski mask and go rob something. Peace.